remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bloodier Moon, Darkest Dungeon. R.I.P. to the Fallen. Connor, our Master Flagellant, week 43. It had been a little while, but back in the death column, unfortunately. We do have 3 committed from stress healing this week as well. Gopher's going to get the free level this time around, and I'm thinking we probably just want to spend a little bit of time introducing Theo to the hellscape that is this campaign. And our options for doing so, unfortunately, fairly limited this time around. I also was giving some consideration to the farmstead here. I could certainly use a few more solid trinkets, and the farmstead is an excellent resource for that, but I also kind of want to finish this campaign, so I don't know if that's necessarily going to be something we go with, but it's always a possibility. For now, I do still think we should continue to prioritize the guilds and the guilds and the blacksmiths. The deeds and the portraits here, although, actually, you know what? The deeds all of a sudden starting to look a little less important. In fact, if we just go ahead and make some switches here.
Every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
I think we're damn near actually just paying for this outright. Okay, yeah, there we go, man. Blacksmith upgraded.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield. Anything to prolong a soldier's life.
Well, that feels pretty fantastic, and then I think we're actually really close to getting the final level here as well. If we can trade for as many of these portraits as possible, and then we can trade some crests as well, we might be a little closer than I thought. Can we get up to 11 here? No, we'd have way too few crests left over, so it looks like portraits remain the biggest priority at the moment, heirloom-wise. And then we might even be able to start considering the blueprints finally, which would be pretty nice. But maybe the Swine King, a good way to start things out today. Doing fairly well against the bosses for the most part, and I recognize that's coming off of an L against a boss, essentially, but yeah, I think I like our odds well enough here. Now, the Arbalist remains a top priority for any kind of composition going up against the Swine King, and yeah, Bradley is currently committed, so maybe want to wait on that. I do feel like it's probably in our best interest to make sure that we're in the best possible position there. So, oh boy, yeah, really don't have fantastic choices otherwise. I think we could probably handle a Prophet fight. If we throw a Crusader or 2 in the mix there, maybe get Jessica back on board with somebody like Tim, and then, I don't know, maybe like throw a Blight in there or 2. A little Plague Doctor action, maybe have one of these pair of Grave Robbers in the mix. That seems fine to me. That seems like a damn fine team, in fact. Yeah, let's see how this does. With probably a little bit of upgrading to do across the board here. We'll make the tankiest possible sumbitch we can up front here, I'd say. Let me get that life crystal on you, buddy, for an extra 10 HP, and then, you know, I could go for the bonus damage too, I suppose. Not really losing much from that one still. Lucky Talisman, an almost always advantageous addition to any Grave Robber. Get the Jania's head back in there. I do want to use Crescendo Box, I guess. Actually, you know what? Let's be a little more aggressive with our Crusader this time. That seems right. Feather Crystal works out for you, and then we're going to get that bonus Blight chance for you alongside probably like a Solar Bracer or something works out here. I swear there's another one of those bonus Blight trinkets that we've yet to see for her. I feel like that'd be a good thing to try to prioritize if we can see it. But, yeah, it's looking like a solid kit for you. All these things looking good to go. Definitely needs to make a quick trip to the blacksmithing guild with this group, and almost certainly going to need to actually sell some more trinkets in order to afford this full suite of upgrades for these guys, which is obviously going to be something we're interested in investing in. Very nice to see the cheaper costs in the blacksmith, at least. That feels pretty good. And then let's just make sure we prioritize the most important stuff here. I think Shadow Fade is actually going to get some value for us this time. And overall, we'll get the bonus stun chance there, and then the extra blight chances and stun there. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to sell some stuff. That's okay. Don't really need 2 fortunate armlets. Let's get rid of the healing armlets as well. Damage stone's probably not going to be seeing too much use along with the health stones here. And then dodge stone, vengeful boots for the musketeer. Yeah, we don't need any of that garbage. Honestly, clearing out the inventory a little bit here is kind of nice. Yeah, Warrior's Bracer, not so great. We'll get rid of the Agility talent, I think, as well. The Bounty Hunter obviously hasn't really been that frequent of an inclusion in these last few goes, so no worries there. Looking solid. Camping skills actually looking pretty good for this group as well. Let's do it. I'm enjoying our recent successes, man. A lot of reason to maintain the enthusiasm despite the hag having the last laugh last time. But I think we'll start off with a pretty solid performance again here. Building well for the places we're going.
The creature had to be silenced, but doing so proved maddeningly impossible. How had he survived the stockades, the icy waters, and the knives I delivered so enthusiastically into his back? How had he returned time and time again to rouse the townfolk with his wild speculations and prophecies?
Honestly, thinking back on it, like, I can't really blame a lot of prophets for how they were back in the day.
The echoes of his mindless tittering reverberate maddeningly.
Like, what is an olden day prophet if not like a modern day Twitch streamer? And that is just some lunatic just dancing around in the town square trying desperately to get people's attention. I'll say whatever you want me to say, man. I'll have whatever opinion will get you to listen. I'm just bored. Ain't nothing to do out here, man. It's 18 dickety 12. Ain't no internet, ain't no TV. We're playing a game called Hoop String. And you could probably piece together what it is just on the title alone. So yeah, I'd probably become maybe not like a fanatic, but I'd dabble. I'd go for a doomsday prophecy or two, you know, like what's the harm in that? Oh my god, 20 to 43.
Eradicated.
Make it 64, why don't you? Alexander, reminding me how much I've been enjoying the presence of the grave robber lately. God damn, dude. That's some solid stuff there.
How quickly the tide turns.
Immediately having to acknowledge my lack of stress healing again, although we did upgrade the Crusaders, and I'm pretty sure he's got it equipped at least, so maybe he'll be able to keep us low enough.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Oh boy, and that 54 dodge. Unfortunately not kicking in very well for the grave robber to start this one off. You are dead to the blight, so I think we'll go ahead and Shadow Fade again to keep that from getting much worse. Boy, yeah, you'd think with how much we'd committed to that, that would have been a little more effective for us, but what are you gonna do?
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I think we pretty easily finish you off with the blight grenade here, damn near to it. Boy, yeah, this is a well-equipped team for the task at hand. And that probably don't matter one bit, bud. I do appreciate you giving us the opportunity to do this, though.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Called it. It's not going to do much either. Let's just go ahead and make sure he's finished off there and hopefully get a bonus heal at the end of it. Like so. All right.
A death by inches.
So far, so good. Ooh, quirk, huh? Oh, yeah. Ruin's Adventurer obviously going to benefit us immediately here. You know, it has been a minute since I saw a secret room. I swear to God, that was the sentence I was midway through. Thank you very much. It felt like it had been a little while. And I could certainly go for a financial bonus out of this place, man. Yes, please. Oh, didn't bring any herbs this time. Let's not worry about that. I think I need to start not interacting with curios more frequently, too. I'm pretty sure that's going to be better for me. Long term. Although that does make for worse content, let's be honest. Maybe for the sake of entertainment, we just let a few extra curios slip through the cracks. Alright, we're going to be hyper-aggressive this time and bank on our dodge to bail us out of any big bayonet ballyhoo. I'm going to go ahead and call that a word. I'm going to go ahead and submit that to Merriam-Webster officially at this moment. Ballyhoo? Any kind of tomfoolery or shenanigans? Ballyhoo. In before it's a real word, or I'm just swapping a couple of syllables. Either way. No more of it here. That is 2 down, I'm pretty sure, already, with the tick coming off the Arbalist shot here. And let's set up a lunge again, just because that's been so much fun. Absolutely, 2 down. And the dodge is kicking in, okay. Sometimes it do work out. And the stress is really not too big of a factor here either. We got them all topped off for the most part. Yeah, we're good. I think I could handle about 500 of these fights in a row based on
the slightest lapse in concentration.
The way it's panned out so far.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Even with that little bit of extra aggression, we got very little concern here. And let's see another one-shot.
Obliterated.
Thanks, Alexander, for making me look really cool.
The blood quickens.
And or confirming that I'm just hacking my way to victory. Either way. Which is, you know, maybe some people think that's cool.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Cheaters are cool, says Baer. Yep, that's right. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Or you just haven't figured out how yet. You'll get there, I believe in you. Oh boy. We're gonna be having some loot problems early on here, man, but I guess that's a good problem to be having. Probably dumping the anti-venom in a second. That journal page can obviously go, along with the blood. I don't think is actually really all that necessary to keep along. Oh, you know what? Actually, we might be in pretty good shape. Surprisingly. I do think I might want to just come back to it at the end. That's always an option. But, I mean, we do have the space for it. Possibly a better idea to just go ahead and knock it out now. Alright, yeah. Hot damn. That's fantastic. Oh boy. It's tough to feel this early on as though there's already a pretty big shoe queued up to drop. If you know what I mean. Got a pair of Shaq's steel-toed boots just on deck. Ready to really fuck me up. But I'm just gonna go ahead and la-di-da my way up till that moment, I guess. Which, if it's not a verb, should be a verb. I guess I'm just trying to have a direct conversation with the New York Times games editors regarding the spelling bee. Oh boy, this is getting out of hand already. Oh boy. Hey, there we go. Okay, we got one. Feather crystal getting even more justification for its continued use. I think that overall might actually be in like my top 5 of Darkest Dungeon trinkets that I've personally almost always brought along for the ride.
We require only the strength to follow it.
Oh, that would have been the time there, Grave Robber, but okay, I was gonna say so long as you dodge that for me, I'll allow it. But you got the solution too. Good enough. Oh boy. Yeah, they were really going after her. I guess I didn't really do a ton about that, so that's kind of on me. Yeah, I've let the Plague Doctor stay way too committed to the commander right now. And I have paid for it, but there we go. That's at least got us a round of recovery, which we are going to need quite a bit of all of a sudden. Yeah, that was poor.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I'll be the first to admit I let my own train of thought distract me too much from having a much more effective approach to this guy. These para guys, I guess. There's another word to add to the spelling bee. Let's see. I think I do try to... no. I was going to say maybe try to get away with 2 rounds of healing here and get lucky on a dodge, but let's not fuck around and find out. Down to 5 bars, I think, is going to have to be a good enough place to be here. We'll see if they let me get away with it. Yeah, all right.
Gently.
Ooh, damn.
This is how a life is taken.
Well, that'll help. Okay, a couple of portraits right away. I wonder... yeah, I think we're probably just going to have to go ahead and dump an Onyx. That makes the most sense to me here. Okay. Yeah, might as well check this. Shucks. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling this was going to start happening. Definitely a little too early to dump the shovels at this point. I don't really want to go torchless either. I'd say it's probably the keys, considering we've already found the secret room. Those aren't nearly as big of a priority anymore. And I'm going to say that we don't need the bandages this time either. And let's see, double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, just to make sure. Good stuff. Another buff here. Or no, yeah, we got the quirk last time. We'll get the buff this time for the Crusader damage. Not bad. And just very lucky to see that we don't have to deal with the double stress damage anymore. I'm going to go ahead and queue up a one-shot for her real quick. She's really been enjoying that lately. That's been a real treat for her lately, is one-shotting enemies before they even get a chance to blink.
A singular strike.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be her target, and I'm thinking I might just want to go ahead and spend the majority of this fight trying to get this Vestal stress back down.
The promise of safety.
I'm hoping the dodges can kick in a few times for at least her. Yeah, it's not too shabby. That blanket fire is right back down to being a pretty much negligible factor, which is really nice to see. Didn't enjoy it when they were posing a threat for a short while there. Yeah, obviously with particularly the Vestal along for the ride, I'm pretty sure we've got that healing covered. And speaking of having things covered, yeah, Plague Doctor's got that pretty much sorted out. Lucky dodge, maybe? Hey, there we go. Get another stress heal here. Terrific. Loving this for y'all. Oh, yeah, that's a treat. That is no problem. Back down to 3 bars. Fantastic. Let me go ahead and try a stun here. A little bonus torchlight as well, though I guess we didn't really need it that time. Whoopsie. And he's dead, so we'll just go for that. And that should do it. Or no, that's a little short, isn't it? Yeah. Still looking for the stress heal here, though. Especially considering I think we're about to see these two go back-to-back rush shots.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
So yeah, wow, this is absolutely just going to end up being a full heal situation for us here. That is pretty terrific.
Well struck.
With a little extra stress heal thrown on top of that, we got the stress heal coming to the Vestal at the end, along with the group heal, like so. Hot damn. Damn near full HP, almost 0 stress. Topped off torchlight. What could possibly go wrong? Glances up at that size 49 pair of boots.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Just grew a size right after that crit Vestal hit for the win.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
They say Shaq's boots grew 3 sizes that session. I think the crests are still more important. I know we want to make some money here, but we're already got a pretty sweet haul, so I think we'll go ahead and call that good. And hoping these hallways stay empty. This has been nice scouting so far.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Man, I think I'm going to go ahead and toss the food? Man, pretty privileged position here, but yeah, that does seem like the right idea. Right on cue, that makes sense. Might not be able to feast this time, but honestly it might not matter that much. It's not really looking like we're going to need the healing and stress healing we typically rely on that for. Glad to have held on to these bad boys.
The cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Let's go ahead and see 2 more of those to fully justify the keep there. Just really making me look like a goddamn genius today. Okay, speaking of which. Oh, yikes. Don't have any Holy Lance this time either, I don't think, and that takes away our stun. Oh, that was going to be the solution for it this time, and they were just going to bring us right back to that 8th bar, I think. Oh, this is going to be nasty. I think we just keep her up front for now as well while we're trying to fix things elsewhere. That's not going to be very effective from you, so I think she needs to be kind of aggressive in trying to take this guy out. Oh, we do have Holy Lance. Fantastic. Well, that solves that, I guess. Cool. Much better off now. I might just be able to stress heal a little bit more at this point. And let's just go ahead and assume we're not going to be able to feast. I think that's going to be a better mindset. My god, yeah. Thus saith the game. Shadow Fade's going to get him back in a position at least, although I guess that's not as important, come to think of it. Because he is back to his stress healing role, and she's going to have to shuffle back now. But I'm sure it'll work out okay anyway. I'm liking the foul warding. That's just the name for a fart.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Or at least that's what I'm going to start calling mine from now on. Careful, babe. We left a foul warding over there.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
You can tell we've got a good relationship, right? My willingness to name my farts. Only a married couple of 13 years. Going damn near on anyway. You gotta keep things interesting, right? Damn. Keeping things stunned this time around. And another stress heal opportunity. We'll take the crit. Gorgeous. It's another 2 down. Once more felled by foul wardings. Yeah, sneak in one more stress heal here, right? Maybe even top him off a little bit.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Make sure you're good to go. And I think we'll get there. Man, I have really been loving the re-emergence of the Grave Robber as a top-tier character. Just crushing it.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Extra greed. Fuck it.
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Once again, immediately justified.
Be carried home.
Oh, I completely forgot we had holy water in the front of this inventory, and goddamn, good thing.
Staunch the flow of
Wow.
otherworldly corruption.
All right, big gamble here, but I'm doing it, man. The game is asking me to. And we'll go ahead and pop a couple holy waters for the rest. There we go. What a dungeon here if we can manage to get out without the L. Oh, that doesn't bode well, does it? That's the shoe inching a little lower down the string. It must be on some kind of like pulley lever system. I'm not sure, honestly. It's kind of like it's hidden in like a shadow that doesn't seem like it should be there. Oh boy. That's not a good sign. It's like the light doesn't look like it should result in an absence of light in that particular area, but it sure is.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
What am I even doing a single stun target back here for? Is that how scared I am of a single spider? Yes. Yes, obviously, duh. What surprises you about that? What have you seen through the course of the last 10 years that doesn't put the fear of God in you every time you see that little green barred bitch? Be gone. No more of your nonsense.
Annihilated.
That ain't bad. Okay. And remember, we ain't got no torches no mo. Ooh, no thank you. Thank you. Thank you for not... Well, thank you. Alright, one more chance to stop this from fucking me over. Let's see if we can make it happen this time. We got the double stun target. We got another stun up front. We're going full stun this time, except we missed the first one. 2 for 3 ain't bad. I'll take 75%. There we go. Okay. That is a stopgap measure, unfortunately, but it does feel pretty good to essentially eliminate their round. Not to mention we got a nice big meaty lunge queued up here too. Ooh, but they've got a response to that straight away. That's a big spread of stress. Tempting goblet lands as well. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Well. Oh no. This is the one shot here too. That's unfortunate. Thankfully we got the follow-up there, which I suppose was probably going to be the play anyway. And, really just trying to speed that along, but unfortunate. Alright. This might finally be the team to actually deal some damage to us in this respect, but not going to stop me from trying to get this stress bar down again. Not to mention, obviously, even further value with the torchlight this time. I don't think these guys have targeted anyone else with the Tempting Goblet, which I guess I can't be that surprised by. Let's see. A little blight back there will help a lot, actually, and then we can maybe consider going for some extra blight up front this time. Judgment still makes a lot of sense. I'm going to self-heal with a chance to stress heal on that one, and then there you go. Alright, 2 down in the back. Keep this up, buddy. We'll get to back to 100 and 0 before you know it. Like nothing even happened. Just like that, yeah, exactly. Thank you for the visual aid. Try again? That's the one, yep, that's what I was talking about. Thwack him. Blight ought to do it up front. And might as well heal you a little bit more, I guess. Excellent. Excellent. Excellent? Decent. No, not great, honestly. Needs improvement.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, topping off the torchlight. Go ahead and go in for a couple more thwackins here. Judgment will do. Nice, there we go. Extra crit heals. This ought to kill him, although I think it's still a little short, but we're just gonna have to let that finish the job. One more dodge. There it is. And then 4 bars is a pretty good place to be in my mind. Not too shabby. Maybe even sneaking another stress heal at the end here. One more group heal, in fact. One more. Maybe even get this. Maybe even Vestal heal into an Inspiring Cry. Yeah. That sounds great. Ah, okay, fine.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Oh, boy. You know what? I do think I gotta do this. Yep, I think we gotta do this to make the space.
Huddled together. Furtive and vulnerable.
Alright.
Rats in a maze.
I'm definitely going to prevent the ambush this time. I'm also going to try to get rid of a disease. Yes, the leeches is going to get rid of this wasting sickness. Please and thank you. Fantastic. I think I just go ahead and... let's hit the Bless on the Grave Robber this time. I probably just want to encourage at this point, though, I'd say. Yeah. Bring her down just a little bit more. Nice. Alright. And of course, a little bit more healing from that. Oh, no, it's loot. Cool. I guess it's a little better, isn't it? Alright. One more fight to get through here, unfortunately. Not a lot of buffs to speak of for the boss, but we'll be well lit. Especially coming off of a hallway battle, at least, and then we'll be healthy, too, and I guess that's enough for me. Alright, let's see. I think we can be pretty aggressive this time around. Let's see if we don't even need to worry about getting a stun this time. If we get that kind of damage, and then let's just see if we can finish it off with the highest chance to hit. 84% versus 74. We'll take this. Perfect. A little extra torchlight out of that, too, and then we'll just see if we can get a one-shot up there. There we go. Oh, Po' Boy's excited about it. Yeah, that's how we need to be handling that. Just go ahead and delete them. Into the bayonet jab, and this should be minimal damage. Sweet. Could probably even take this opportunity to top us off and minimize the stress. Although, I can't really resist the pull of a 40 damage Crusader's Smite. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Unless... Okay. I was going to say a crit might change my mind, but... There we go. I actually do think the portrait is worth a little bit more than maybe like... no, man, this inventory is loaded right now. This is pretty terrific. Although that is slightly more valuable, so we go ahead and make that switch. And, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather do this too, wouldn't I? There we go. Min-max in my way. That's a pretty great inventory otherwise, though. All right, here we go, man. Not quite full torchlight, but that'll have to do. Party ordered correctly. No food to eat, so let's do it. Fulminating profit time.
The madman hides there, behind the pews, spouting his mindless drivel.
I think if given the chance, which I think would be safe to argue is currently happening. I should let him go ahead and smite as much as possible on these pews. Because I think eventually we're going to be getting to the point here where these stacks of blight are just going to be becoming redundant. I might even want her to contribute some judgment damage up there, actually. But yeah, I think these two alone should be able to handle this pretty easily. Hope for the best with the blight. Oh, and a dodge or two is certainly going to help, too. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. Did fail to bring any kind of meaningful guard along for this fight, which... I suppose, actually, come to think of it, the Crusader's really not going to be able to do anything besides smite the pews anyway. You know what? Yeah, let's be very aggressive here, because turns out we might actually need the Crusader's damage to contribute to killing the Prophet. Hey, I'll take that, though. Thank you, Feather Crystal. That is 1 HP off of the pew. Oh my god, the double dodge yet again for the Rebel, though. Love that. And once more, prognostication on the Crusader. Damn, this has been borderline ideal so far. Yeah, that's going to get us even closer to that description. Shit. 0 blight resist now, of course. Gonna keep on stacking those bad boys up. Let me go ahead and just have her finish this off. Actually, I should have done the dazzling right there. I just realized we could get that torchlight back up. Yeah, you keep on swinging, my friend. That's working. With those big hits, we'll get these things gone quick. It's just now occurring to me I'm not even going to be able to bring this stuff along with me. I don't have room in the inventory for them. I guess maybe we might be able to dump some crests now, but... oh boy, that's a weird problem to have. Alright, 22 HP might be worth being concerned about, but not just yet. 27 per there is kind of insane. Yeah, I think we just keep this up. I don't think we've changed much of his approach here. We're honestly just getting insanely lucky so far through the course of this fight. Barely any blight to worry about. The prognostications have been on damn near the perfect targets. Lots of dodging of the Rebel of Ruin so far as well. Although, of course, after all this, I would very much hate to lose Jessica. So we're certainly going to try to avoid that, and we do have quite a bit of HP still left to get through here. I think I still do want to tag him with the Blight this time. I am worried about the possibility of the Crusader being killed by that, though, so let's not.
Death is patient. It will wait.
That is not a good idea. However, the stun chance there, yeah, that's not looking all that likely. 22 per round. Fuck it. We stay committed, I guess. And hope that nothing targets the Crusader here. That's fine. It's not too shabby. Okay. Oh, the stun on the Plague Doctor certainly hurts. Wow, there we go. Okay, exact damage on the pew is going to open him up to a smite now. Dodge? Huge. Wow. Very lucky miss that time. Okay. And yet again, the prognostication up front. It's going to be one more Blight stacked up. I think we just keep going with the Judgment here. Tim has just gone untouched.
Vigor is restored.
And slice away. There we go. I think that ought to do it.
Did he foresee his own demise? I care not, so long as he remains dead.
Alright, those two trinkets can easily be left behind. I definitely think it's worth it to do that. This is twice as valuable as the ruby, so that certainly makes sense to dump. I suppose that'll be the trade. Obviously hurts to leave that behind, but I think this might be our best bet. Just trying to double check and make sure there's not anything sneaking through this inventory that I don't think is worthwhile to bring along, but this is a heck of a pull here, man. Even if we have to leave the blueprint behind, although I'd certainly like to avoid that. In fact, yeah, you know, that's probably worth the trade on 2K, I'd say, although that's even more valuable on 1500. Alright. That'll have to do, I guess. Man. That's a crazy haul. Big success to start this session. 25,000 gold, 36 crests, and a dead Prophet. Ooh, the runs for Empress Runboyd, though. Yeah, we're gonna have to get that fixed. More like Empress Runboyd.
An eternity of futile struggle. or penance for my unspeakable transgressions.
It's me! The Fanatic will stock parties with infected heroes. That's my voice, by the way, if you didn't know that. Doing that character in the game, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Alright, couple of sicknesses to take care of here. Ooh, yeah, some pretty nasty stuff, actually. Both Bradley and Dirtle. And then that is not even covering the runs from Rumboyd here. Let's see if I can open up another slot in the sanitarium. Almost. We have so many crests. I wonder if maybe I want to make that trade, although we do still have the guild to worry about. Yeah, in fact, let's go ahead and trade some of these crests for the portraits here. I think it's about time we finish this off. Need 8 more. Easy enough. There it is.
A strict regimen is paramount if one is to master the brutal arithmetic of combat.
Fantastic. Okay, so that means finally we can start taking a look at the blueprints here and seeing what kind of thing I might want to focus on for the future. I think Cartographer's Camp makes a lot of sense. Torchlight is more beneficial. That's a great long-term value. And then Granary might be one worth looking into as well. Also, Puppet Theater is pretty strong. And, ooh, the Sanguine Vintners. That's right. That's a pretty huge one. 2 bottles of the Blood Brood each week, I'm pretty sure, is one we want to prioritize. So let's maybe look for some busts in the near future here. Let's take a look at what we can do. We've got a Gather 3 Medicines in the Weald, which I think would be a great opportunity to introduce Theo to the party. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll bring along Bounty Hunter. I just was saying hasn't gotten a lot of attention lately, has he? Oh, we might be lacking a proper healer this time, though. I guess the Flagellant can kind of cover that role. And might be able to get away with another Antiquarian run here. I think I'll try. See how Gathering the Medicines treats this lot. Alright. Quick, easy setup here. We'll definitely swing by the guild for this Flagellant in a moment. Try to improve his position. But I think we'll just go ahead and start with the Life Crystal and then the bonus Bleed skill chance. Bounty Hunter with the Focus Ring and Crescendo Box combo. Still looking for that Jester's Stress Heal trinket. We have to find that one. That'd be a pretty nice pickup. And then let's go with... I think we'll just keep it basic and go for the Shimmering Cloak this time, maybe. Or did we use the Sun thing on somebody? I think already, didn't we? Yeah. Sun Cloak on the Jester, that's right. I think actually I'll go ahead and give him this. Sun Cloak on the Antiquarian feels a little bit more effective for me. Alright, Blacksmith for the lot. Already looking pretty good here, actually. God, it feels nice to have the finances in a decent place for once. Knowing that we've got a lot of expenditures to make still here for this group. Although not as many as I expected, actually. Buff up that Protect Me and get the heal going a little more effectively here. We'll take the accuracy on the stab as well. And then I think he's got some kind of ambush prevention. Also, I feel like I should go ahead and just unlock both of those for him. Mockery's a good one to have as well. I think I'll swap that off of Wound Care here. Oh, Every Rose, right. Yeah, I forgot about Every Rose. That's one of my favorite options for him. I don't think we need Tiger's Eye this time either. Alright, looking good, man. Let's hit it. Quick run through the Weald here, I'd say. Shouldn't be too tough. Let's knock it out. Get a little bit more money in our pocket. No reason not to stay prepared, though. It's the moment that I decide that I no longer need fully kit up that all of a sudden things go way too far south.
Our land is remote and unneighbored. Every lost resource must be recovered.
Immediate quest location is always lovely to see, although of course in this situation it does mean a little bit fuller of an inventory, unfortunately.
First test. Now it must be carried home.
Only 2 shovels in the Weald is obviously a concerning situation as well. Hopefully we get a little lucky through the course of that area, but also might get extremely lucky and just knock out the quest locations down here. That could always happen. Maybe 2 of them? There are 2 of them. Wow, that's actually outstanding. Although there's also, unfortunately, the possibility that the remaining one is all the way on the tail end, but good chance that's not the case, at least. All right, 1 down off the shot there, and then collect that bounty, buddy.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
Well, that'll friggin' do it. No chance of the slime nightmare this time, thank goodness.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Seems like a terrible idea to use my second shovel on that curio right away. But having said that, I do kind of feel a strong urge to do it all of a sudden.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Oh, I fully failed to adjust the flagellant skills here, by the way. I'm going to need to fix that up after this fight. He's got a weird set going on at the moment. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and get the Protect Me going, make sure she remains in good shape. Look, we got some Rain of Blight on the way likely here. Oh, sure, yeah, that too. Yeah, we're going to have a severe lack of stress and... Or not stress healing, DOT healing on this group, so... Oh my god, the Grey Rod as well. I mean, that kind of just seems like the kind of thing you might just have anyway. Might have just discovered it. Lying dormant. Oh, that's kind of fun, though. Plus 20% max HP for him. That's weirdly beneficial to this guy. Thanks for the buff, guys. Yeah, let me get the finisher.
Annihilated.
I just wanted to start with that one, huh, Larry? Sheesh. Nice big stab there. The 2-turn bleed ought to do it. Actually, he's already cooked. Nice. Theo taking this lead spot in stride, man. I do have the redeem at least, so right after this blight ticks down, we'll be able to take care of him. Probably gonna need a little stress healing before we get out of this one too. Bleed's got it covered. Let's go ahead and drop that a bar or two. Get a nice big heal to finish this one off, and then there we go. Problem solved. Just to let them know we mean business. And give me that big heal, buddy. There it is. Excellent.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And it feels a little wasteful, but that also seems like as good a time as any to go ahead and pop those anti-venoms. And here we are, filling up the inventory again. Alright. Right back to the beginning. And successfully ignoring that. Bravo me. Round of applause for Baer for not wasting his lone remaining shovel on loot he can't even fit in the inventory, despite a strong urge to the contrary. Alright, yeah. This sets us up, obviously, for either a tremendously lucky outcome or the exact opposite. As we might just now have, unfortunately, been committed to having to deal with the remainder of the dungeon with a far more limited loot capacity.
Their formation is broken.
No Cyto, no Cyto.
The offensive.
That'll work. That'll do it, buddy. Boy, there we go. Even getting those starting dungeon jitters away.
Inspiration and improvement.
I will take the twin slime fight all day, please. Keep that one coming.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah, I saw the monkey's paw curl. What about it? What's that even supposed to mean? Not like a guarantee.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Alright, that should be a little more tolerable. Oh, I keep forgetting to swap the damn skills on the flagellant, too. I gotta get that acid rain back in the mix here, man. Missing good opportunities to utilize that. Speaking of missing, kind of been missing the presence of the bounty hunter, it turns out. Larry, I'm probably going to want to bring you along a couple more rounds, man. You might be a little more involved in these veteran dungeons in a bit here. Oh, and this is going to be where we miss the presence of the Vestal once more. Let me see if I can speed things along for this guy in particular. Put all the focus on you for now. In fact, let's try this out. Oh, either one of those would be pretty huge. That's unfortunate. Yeah, the rolls of the dice actually going pretty well for us so far, I gotta say. They've been hitting a lot of those AoEs, but those AoEs could be hitting a lot worse. Well, we've already got quite a bit of bleed here, so next round should do it for him. Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Even the knockback there, yeah, not a big deal. I like that a lot. Oh, that's them pretty much dead, I guess? Okay. Well, never mind.
Destroyed.
Nothing to worry about, apparently. Cool. Yeah, not going to be able to heal up all that much, but that's alright. Go for it, bud. That'll do.
Their cursed champion falls.
Oh, nice bonus food. And fuck it, bandage. I don't need that. Good. Okay. Change the skills, buddy. Let me get rid of this and go for this and that. You know, actually, I might use Suffer here. I hadn't really thought about it, but that's a decent option.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Bonus shovel. Turns out the game was looking out for me after all. No quest location there. That's a bummer. I'm glad we hang on to the one we got, though. And last bandage, sure.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Oh, geez. Double torch usage on accident there. And fuck it. That's why they gave me the bonus one, right? Exactly. Suited up with the loot we already had. It was predestined, clearly. Alright. This is gonna hurt the stress. That's why we brought the Jester, I guess. Oh! Even though we got the right skills on. Didn't even get rewarded. Come on now. Miss it. Nah. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad one. Thankfully, no bleed. I might even start to get a little worried about HP here if I can avoid them targeting the goddamn bounty hunter over and over. That'd be nice.
The fiend falls. A faint hope blossoms.
That ought to at least increase the likelihood somebody starts targeting him, but yeah, obviously these two are going to be a giant pain in the ass. Definitely looking to avoid the stress check on you, buddy. Ooh, that's not good. Nice. There we go. There we go. Now it's working out.
Masterfully executed.
Big shot there. Does not quite have the bleed, so I think it's probably worth it to go for that. Nice little stress heal off that as well. Now let's try to just get a little bit of bonus HP going in there. Not really going to be healing much otherwise. Alright, still got a ways to go on her. I don't know why I'm treating this as though she was already dead. Stun here would be big. Nice. I think we go ahead and hit that acid rain again, or rain of blood. Whatever it is. Heal again? I guess so. Yeah, this is as good an opportunity as any.
The blood quickens.
Rain of Sorrows, that's the one. A Rain of Sorrows indeed, if that's going to be the result every time. Jesus. Let's see. I think we want to be aggressive here. That does not kill her, though, unfortunately, so I got to keep on investing the overkill. Seen it with this. A little bit more bleed. Not quite there, though. I think we still heal in this situation. It takes us 3 times as long to get any kind of effective outcome out of it. Jester continuing to kill it with the dodges here. And I think we just go ahead and Dirk Stab again. Since we can't stress heal unless we get the bounty hunter action first.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Another nice haul, man. Okay, and then 4 more crests there, too. I'd say it's pretty greedy.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
What else is new?
And purpose is made clear.
Oh, nice little scout there. Okay. Still no quest location. Oh, there it is. Okay. Might work out pretty good after all. Ooh. Bad humors. You don't say.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
Alright, well, regardless. One more battle separates us from a quick exit here. And yeah, especially with that obstacle in play, I was going to say maybe I'm a little tempted to push further, but without any torches and no shovels either, that seems like a pretty bad idea. We'll just take the camp at the end of this one, stress heal with that, and be good to go, most likely. I keep doing this, but honestly I should probably just go ahead and let the bounty hunter finish her off most of the time. I guess he kind of did need the help there, didn't he? Alright.
A death by injury.
Pray for mostly flagellant targets here. Right. Right. There you go. That's the one. And I don't necessarily need to even worry about the stress or the HP healing on him. I think we're good to go. Boy, the camp might even be a little overkill this time, but I'll certainly take it. One down. Oof. Alright, well, Bleed's got him covered at least, I guess. Although we could also just stab him.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Beautiful. Miss it. That's fine. Hell, I might actually welcome one more shot there and top him off by the end of it. Yeah, you take that, corpse. And down to 0 bars across the board. Why not?
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Full lockdown. Beautiful performance once more. Go team, go. Who wants 0? Who deserves it most? You know what? You deserve it, Amara. Every now and then you need to play yourself a little tune. Every now and then the jester needs some jokes.
This expedition at least promises success.
Fantastic. Larry gets down to 0 as well. Love to see it. There's our final quest location. Go ahead and eat the bonus food here. And, oh wait, can they not? Oh, here we go. Yeah, we gotta do this first, right? There it is.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
There it is. Dump that, and we're good to go, right? Yeah, nice. We'll hit the camp out here first, though. Even though we're running the risk of the ambush, I think it's worth it to try to get their stress down to borderline 0, although I guess it really already is at 0.
Without kindling is a goal without hope.
Oh, right, yeah, we can remove his disease as well, the Lashes Cure. Nice. That's pretty fantastic. We can also Trinket Scrounge here, which, ooh, the Bloody Herb for the Plague Doc is pretty nice. Okay, yeah, that ended up actually being pretty worthwhile. We'll go ahead and get a bunch of buffs for the Bounty Hunter just in case we do see a nasty ambush here.
The light, the promise of safety.
What an outstanding outcome there.
These medicines will prevent the outbreak of epidemic at our struggling hamlet.
Hell yeah, dude. Critical dice for the Jester as well. Very good. Another big haul financially. A few deeds on top of that, and we got Theo involved and up to level 1. Nice. That'll do it, man.
The preponderance of rare and exotic injuries
baby.
Makes this place perfect.
Oh, baby.
Study of suffering.
Okay, of course, what that means is we're going to spend a couple extra minutes at the end here, since we have the free treatment ward. Also, absolutely want to try to lock in some positive quirks for this group. Sadly, don't have nearly enough heirlooms to get the final slot opened up in this place. But let's take a look through borderline the entire roster here and see what might be worth getting rid of and worth locking in. I think Ashen and Robust here on Double Death Dice makes a lot of sense. So without even having to look too far, getting rid of Locked In Ashen does feel like a pretty damn good use of this. So let's do it. And I would love to get rid of Kleptomaniac and lock in either Luminous or Natural Swing. Luminous on Gordon actually feels pretty great too. So wow, yeah, there we go. Never mind. Didn't have to spend too much time doing this. Pretty clear choices, top of the list. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, things still feeling pretty solid here, man. Thanks for watching another episode of Darkest Dungeon, Bloodier Moon. If you're watching over here, if you're watching on YouTube, of course you're watching on YouTube. It's the YouTube exclusive series, and another shout out to the YouTube members who continue to support over there. Thank you very much for watching, y'all. I'll see you in the next one.